Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to the channel where we uncover the most intriguing and often controversial stories emerging from behind the gilded doors of the British monarchy. Today, we turn our attention to a staggering new revelation that once again places Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, the Duke of York, at the center of a financial scandal, this time involving millions of pounds, high-profile cryptocurrency magnates, and a shocking breach of royal security within the very walls of Buckingham Palace. This is far more than another tale of royal misjudgment. It's a complex story that intertwines the opulence of palace life with the volatile, high-stakes world of digital finance. At the heart of this latest controversy lies a private Buckingham Palace tour, allegedly arranged by the former Duke himself, for two prominent cryptocurrency figures. A tour that reportedly came with a breathtaking price tag, with payments made directly to his former wife, Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York. Before we unravel this extraordinary narrative, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more detailed investigations into the hidden workings of the world's most famous family. According to multiple investigative reports, the story centers on two American businessmen, J. Bloom and Michael Evers, both major players in the cryptocurrency sector. These men were allegedly granted highly restricted access to Buckingham Palace, one of the most secure and private residences on Earth. The financial arrangement linked to this access is staggering. Sources suggest that payments connected to their dealings with Sarah Ferguson may have totaled as much as $1.4 million. Picture the scene while Queen Elizabeth II still resided within those historic walls. The two entrepreneurs were chauffeured directly through the palace gates, in none other than Prince Andrew's personal car, a gesture that spoke volumes about privilege, influence, and access. Once inside, the pair were reportedly given a bespoke private tour of the palace interiors, a level of access well beyond any public offering. This was not a guided museum walk. This was an insider's glimpse into a working royal residence. The implications are immense, particularly given Andrew's diminished public role and the ongoing controversies shadowing his reputation. The story grows even more extraordinary when considering claims made by the visitors themselves. One of them, Michael Evers, publicly alleged that during their visit they were personally introduced to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Yet his business partner, J. Bloom, disputes that account entirely. Regardless of whether that royal encounter truly occurred, the very fact that these men could move so freely through the palace during the Queen's presence reveals a staggering lapse in security and judgment. And this palace visit, we now know, was not an isolated episode. It served as a precursor to a much deeper association between the crypto businessmen and the Duke and Duchess of York. Their trip to London coincided with Prince Andrew's pitch at Palace Initiative, his once prestigious entrepreneurship program held at St. James's Palace. Following the event, the relationship reportedly intensified, culminating in a private dinner attended by Andrew Sarah Ferguson and their daughter, Princess Beatrice. This was far more than a simple business arrangement. It was a full-scale immersion into the royal inner circle, one that leveraged the extraordinary prestige and global influence of the Windsor name. The payment and the private Buckingham Palace tour that accompanied it were closely tied to Sarah Ferguson's controversial entry into the world of cryptocurrency, a venture that would soon spiral into scandal. The company at the center of this drama, Pegasus Group Holdings, was co-founded by J. Bloom and Michael Evers. They had enlisted the Duchess of York as a brand ambassador, her task being to lend an air of royal credibility and glamour to their ambitious digital mining project. Their plan was bold, even visionary. Pegasus promised to revolutionize Bitcoin mining by harnessing the scorching Arizona desert sun, using massive solar generators to power an eco-friendly crypto operation. It was marketed as a fusion of cutting-edge technology and sustainable energy, a forward-thinking symbol of progress, endorsed by a duchess. But behind the glossy presentations and royal charm, the reality was disastrous. The project called for an astonishing 16,000 industrial generators to bring the mining facility to life. In practice, however, only 69 units were ever purchased and installed, a humiliating fraction of the promise. The financial outcome was equally bleak. The entire operation produced a mere $33,779 worth of cryptocurrency, roughly £20,677, a pitiful return compared to the millions poured into the venture. While investors watched their money vanish, Sarah Ferguson walked away with a generous payout exceeding £200,000, earned primarily for lending her name, title, and elite connections to Pegasus. But that wasn't all. A leaked contract, later made public, revealed that she stood to gain even more, a bonus payment of $1.2 million if the scheme succeeded. The contract offered a rare glimpse into the opulence surrounding her ambassadorial role. It stipulated first-class travel, exclusive five-star accommodations, and even a dedicated hair and makeup team for every business trip. Every element was designed to ensure she projected an image of royal sophistication while courting potential investors. This level of extravagance highlights how deeply the company relied on her royal image to create a facade of credibility and success, one that ultimately misled countless investors. The origins of this complex entanglement can be traced back to May 2018, when Sarah Ferguson met Jay Bloom at a Las Vegas convention where she was promoting her children's books. What began as a casual encounter soon evolved into a financially significant and controversial relationship. Shortly after their first meeting, Ferguson introduced Bloom to Michael Evers, a former actor who had transitioned into the volatile but lucrative world of crypto investment. From there, the connections deepened quickly. Within months, the Duchess, the Duke, and the two businessmen had formed a close-knit alliance, one that would ultimately entangle royal reputation with the perilous world of speculative finance. The relationship between the crypto executives and the York family deepened with astonishing speed. What began as a business partnership soon evolved into a personal alliance that drew in not just Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, but also their daughter, Princess Beatrice, and other members within the royal family's immediate circle. According to Michael Evers, the level of intimacy and access they were granted was extraordinary. "We were there once a month," he recalled, "for a week or two at a time. Each visit brought us closer. The bond just kept growing stronger and stronger. They kept introducing us to more and more people." His words paint a striking picture, one of continual expansion, as if the Yorks were deliberately facilitating connections and opening doors for their new business partners within elite social circles. The access enjoyed by Bloom and Evers went far beyond public appearances or charitable galas. They were invited into the private heart of royal life, hosted not only at Buckingham Palace and St. James's Palace, but also at Royal Lodge, the secluded Windsor estate that Andrew and Sarah Ferguson still shared. Such proximity to the royal household offered Pegasus Group holdings an illusion of legitimacy, the kind of validation that no marketing campaign could ever buy. To investors, their ties to the Duke and Duchess of York appeared to be a royal endorsement, but in truth it was a mirage, one that came at an enormous cost. The contrast is staggering. A company that produced barely £27,000 in cryptocurrency gains was propped up by a royal figure positioned to earn nearly £1.4 million, all while enjoying five-star travel, luxury accommodations, and elite treatment, all funded by a business that ultimately collapsed. And at the center of this tale lies an act that remains deeply troubling: the private Buckingham Palace tour, allegedly arranged while Queen Elizabeth II herself was still in residence, an experience that, by every measure of royal protocol, should never be for sale. These revelations cast a long, dark shadow over Prince Andrew's already embattled public image. Even as he struggles to recover from previous scandals, his role in facilitating privileged access for the leaders of a deeply flawed crypto enterprise raises profound questions about his judgment and his continued use of royal connections for private or financial purposes, whether directly or through his former wife. For Sarah Ferguson, the lesson is equally harsh. This episode serves as a sobering reminder of the peril that comes with mixing royal prestige and speculative business ventures. Her involvement with Pegasus not only magnified her financial exposure, but also reignited scrutiny over the blurred boundaries between monarchy and money, boundaries that, once crossed, are nearly impossible to rebuild.